Kia ora and welcome to Park Aore Tinihau in Papeete, where the stage is set for the 2019 OFC Beach Soccer Nations Cup. It's match day 1 and a beautiful day here in Tahiti as we await the eagerly anticipated opening match between New Caledonia and Solomon Islands. A fascinating matchup for two teams with contrasting histories in the sand-based form of the game. Solomon Islands Bilikiki are 4-time winners of OFC's premier beach soccer title and have a rich history in the FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup. Their opponents, meanwhile, New Caledonia's Lekagu, are making only their second appearance on the sand following their debut at home in Numia in the last OFC Beach Soccer Championship in 2013. The background to the tournament, of course, is the winners of Saturday's grand final will be Oceania's sole representative at the FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup Paraguay 2019, to be held from 21st of November to the 1st of December. Quite a lot of wind around Papeete this morning, but it has dispersed this afternoon. It's 2 o'clock local time. As we have a look at the lineups there, some familiar names in 11-a-side and beach soccer on both sides. New Caledonia with some familiar names from the recent OFC Champions League campaign of Yengen, coached by Yengen's coach Felix Tagawa. Rocky Nikane, in particular, after winning the Golden Gloves of that tournament. Solomon, meanwhile, well, it's a familiar looking lineup. There's a couple of new players, Farobo and Mafani, but Nicholas Murray and James Naka will be well known to beach soccer fans around the world, along with the ever-present goalkeeper Fred Harley. 2 games on the card this afternoon. At 4 p.m, it's the hometown heroes, Tikitoa Tahiti, 2-time runners-up in the World Cup, up against Vanuatu, another team with a rich history in beach soccer. Referees today, Aurélien Planchet-Godefroy of France, assisted by Rudolph Tau of Tahiti and Malcolm Moyayo of Vanuatu. Timekeeper is Pari Oito of Tahiti. Felix Tagawa, as I mentioned, is coach of New Caledonia, and his counterpart is Gideon Omokirio, a legend of beach soccer, dating right back to the early days of the championship in 2006 as Naka gets us underway, and immediately it's a corner for Bilikiki. And Naka, man with the talking left boot, left foot I should say, who will take the kick in. Here's Harley now. 3 periods of 12 minutes. And a break now, and a good early strike there from Iowa. Those unfamiliar with beach soccer, it can either be a throw-in or a kick-in. Taaki, number 10 for New Cali. Chance now for Solomon to get set up. And a good strike there from Mafani. Just wide of Nikane's near post. Atali now back to Nikane.
Pour l'instant, je n'en vois pas, donc ce qui va fortement ralentir le jeu, puisque je ne vois aucun ramasseur de balles autour de la pelouse, enfin autour du terrain de...
Nick Kane again going long, but Natali unable to keep it in. We'll see prominent use of the long throw. There it is. Here's Naka now with a chance. Well blocked by Nick Kane, making his debut in beach soccer. Hale again now. Looking to go long into Naka, who sets it up well. And this time it's the experienced Muri with the ball over the top. So some early pressure from Solomon Islands. They'll look to control the tempo of this opening stanza. And same again for Solomon, looking to go wide to Naka, setting him up on his dangerous left foot. Nick Kane with the throw now. So Iowa and Daaki. Looks like a 2-2 setup for the New Caledonians. Here's Naka again, looking to work it onto the left foot, and again just trying to work one for Thompson Peter, who is the first substitute of the afternoon. Seamless substitutions in beach soccer. Players can and do come off rapidly. Here's Naka now against the frame. And again, Nick Kane already showing he's adapting well to the sand. Wetawia with the long ball, looking to pick out Atali. And New Caledonia win their first corner. A rehearsed move back to Nick Kane, but it's a harmless enough speculator away. Easy pickings for Hale. Goes into Thompson Peter. For Robo now with the option to Peter. Anthony Talo has entered the fray, the well-known futsal goalkeeper of Kurukuru, one of the stars of Beach Soccer World Cup Tahiti 2013. Very common for the Solomon players to feature an 11-a-side futsal and beach soccer. It's Talo now, number 8 on the ball with a long throw, but easily picked out by Nick Kane. And some good work down the left-hand side by Wainani. For Robo it was with the long strike. These two teams have met on one occasion previously, 2013 at the last OFC Beach Soccer Championship in Noumea. Well, good strike there from Hoani, but blocked by his own player, or perhaps a Solomon player, so away for a corner. Hoani, of course, the scorer of that incredible goal in the OFC Champions League final in Noumea last month, taking Yenge to the FIFA Club World Cup. And again, good work from Mafani, causing more problems for New Caledonia, but he's wayward with his strike. Nick Kane really growing into his work now. Looks like he's enjoying the sand. Here's Talo now with the strike. Another great save. And Nick Kane with a tremendous save there. Talo couldn't get his second effort on target. And the chance goes begging for Bilakiki. In beach soccer, the clock stops for goals, for free kicks and penalties. So the 12 minutes usually runs a little bit longer. Goalkeeper has 4 seconds to play the ball. Free kicks generally taken by the player who is fouled. And of course, if we go to, we get to the end of the game and the scores are level, we go to overtime. If we don't find a result there, it's a shootout. So 3 points for a win in normal time, 2 points for a win in extra time, and 1 point for a win from the penalty shootout. Harley it is with the free kick here. He's allowed to build a small mound of sand, which players generally do. And a fairly tame effort from the experienced gloveman. Again, the long ball looks to be the main option. So far, here's Talo with a good take, but well cleaned up there. Good work from Jeremy Dokanengo. Here's Talo again, looking dangerous. But again, some good defensive work there. This time, Ivan Obami, another dual international, futsal player. Maybe will feature later this year when we go to Numia for the OFC Futsal Nations Cup in late October. This is Bami now, but no luck with the shot. The beach soccer pitch measures between 26 and 28 metres wide and 36 and 38 metres long. The goal's a little bit smaller than 11-a-side football. 2.5 by 5 by 5, 5.5. Here's Talo now. Good ball and a chance again. Nick Kane with a good save, this time from Max Fa'arai, making his debut. Fa'arai, one of a number of players from Kwai Island, as Talo drills one wide. 5 players in the squad from Kwai Island. Remarkable place, a tiny dot in the sea, really, off the eastern coastline of Malaita. As Talo looked to be brought down by Naikeen, but Naikeen's got away with it. Talo again, causing all sorts of problems for New Cali, but they've weathered the storm so far in this opening third. Here's Dokanengo now, one of 3 players who featured in the 2013 campaign of Le Kagu. The block there from Farobo. So plenty of action in this opening stanza. Here's Naka back in the game, goes long. Both teams opting for a direct approach. Not a lot of the aerial combination play we'll surely see from Tiki Toa later today. And again, Naka and Fa'arai combining, but unable once again to breach Nick Kane's goal. New Caledonia, with just under 2 minutes left on the clock, would be happy, I think, to get to the break all square. We go Thompson Peter. Here's Naka now. Again, working it onto his left peg. And McCain, really the story of this first opening third of the tournament is Rocky McCain keeping New Caledonia in it. This is a good run here from Kachawa. Hala. Long into Naka again. Looking for the scissors kick. With the scissors, a lot of protection nowadays for the player making the kick. The laws of the game were changed in 2014 to protect any player looking to make a scissors kick. A good example there from Mafane. That law in particular was addressing the drop in the number of goals at major tournaments. So the minds of beach soccer got together and lobbied for the laws of the game to be modified to offer that protection. Here's Naka now as he works himself into a good position, but again, McCain with a magnificent stop, and frustration there for veteran James Naka. As we go to the break, well, an action-packed opening third. Terrific start, really, to the Nations Cup. No goals, but plenty of chances for Solomon Islands' Bilikiki. No doubt there will be some frustration for coach Gideon Omokirio. But it's 0-0 after this opening third. As we have a look at some of the highlights, there's that early strike from Mafane for Solomons. Couldn't get that one on target, as we see Naka in a trademark turn, worked it onto his right foot and struck the upright. The inferential Farobo with a long ranger, but it was high and wide. Most of the early highlights coming from Solomon Islands. Here's Anthony Tarlo, again with McCain with a magnificent stop. McCain carrying his form over from the OFC Champions League. Another chance there for Solomon. So, yeah, most of the early action with the experienced Bilikiki. But as we see, Felix Tagawa and Kamali Fitilata, assistant coach, over on the other side. Plenty of discussion there. Anthony Tarlo has an opinion. The mercurial Gideon Omokirio letting his players get it out of their system. As we see the arrival of Naya Bennett. Speaking of legends, now coach of Tikitua, arriving early ahead of the matchup with Vanuatu at 4 o'clock. Tonga, the only team at this tournament not playing today. They made their debut on the sand on Saturday. Ended up losing 7-1 to Green Warriors, one of the stronger club teams here in Papeete. It was an excellent performance from the young Tongan side. Really one of the stories of this tournament is their emergence as a beach soccer nation following the 2013 FIFA beach soccer seminar that was held in conjunction with the World Cup. And the vision of the Tonga FA really coming to fruition with the emergence of this young team, mainly from the islands of Ha'apai. And they have the toughest assignment possible tomorrow against Tikitoa in their opening international match. Just about ready to get underway for the second period. Nice crowd starting to build up on the commentary side. You might not see them on the camera, but the 4 o'clock game, hopefully a few people here in Papeete will slink away from work or maybe finish early for the day. And what's sure to be an exciting encounter between local heroes Tikitoa and Vanuatu. For Robo there with the early action for Solomon. Afane now back to Hale into Naka. Nicholas Muri taking a break. Thompson Peter, number 4. And for Solomon is Peter now. And a good strike from Peter. But again, the deflection. Again, just to frustrate Solomon. Naka now is making a little mound. Waka Namuni with the clearance. Here's Atali now. And great strike there. Tremendous effort there. Wakanamuni and Hale equal to the task. Goalkeepers really earning their pay today. And again, a break there. Thompson Peter it was who drilled his shot wide. Hale going long into Peter. For Robo now, shielding the ball and unable to link up with Peter. Talo back in for Billy Kiki. The ball in use for this tournament is the Sunset Ball, all the way from Barcelona in Spain, courtesy of Beach Soccer Worldwide.
Allez. On va devant pour Naka. Le ballon ne sort pas. Il réussit à sortir, mais il trouve un Calédonien. En l'occurrence, c'est Watewea. Allez, petit ballon un peu plus.
Allez, now into Talo. And Talo, deflected shot, or was it just the beach bounce? It looks like it's a corner. Talo drills one, but McCain with the save and throw. Mafane there with the flick and shot. One of the skills of beach soccer, the ability to flick the ball up off the sand. And a great chance here. And again, Hala is there to frustrate Hoene. Nicholas Murray with this failed scissor kick attempt. Leone gets away with it, and a free kick is awarded. Mafane will have the chance from just inside his own half. You can see the defenders, they form what's commonly known as the cone. They form two angles towards each corner flag and leave the space in the middle for the direct free kick. It's a good strike, but it's just over from Mafane. Couldn't get it on target. 4 seconds for the goalkeeper to clear the ball. It's a nice diagonal ball there from Watawia. Solomon perhaps a little frustrated, resorting to long shots. So far the game plan of Tagawa holding firm. And another strike there, this time against the frame. And a tremendous effort there from Watawia. Hala must have got something on it because it's a corner kick. Clearance there from Mafane. Farobo and Mafane certainly look to be key men for Omakirio in defence. Iowa now with the scissors kick over the top. Halfway through the match, still locked up. We were expecting a lot of goals here this afternoon, but so far the keepers have been the stars. Nice turn from Iowa. Wins himself a throw. Waiane in long on one side. Can he link up with Watawia? No, Hala has it. And Talo now, and again over the top. More frustration for Solomon Islands, just unable to convert their chances. As we get our first look at McPhilip Aisa, who featured in the last appearance Solomon's made on the sand at the Beach Soccer World Cup in Tahiti in 2013. A target man, or more commonly known as a pivot. Strong player, good with his back to goal, low centre of gravity. Perfect for futsal as well, which Aisa, I believe, plays. But Wakanamuni it will be, with the direct free kick for New Cali. It's a long way, and he opts for the pass. You don't have to take a direct shot from your free kick. There's another flick and volley from Mafane. Hoene is the injured player, so the clock stops for that. Wind just starting to pick up again here in Papeete. It can be difficult with the aerial balls. Maybe one of the reasons why the teams have opted to keep the ball on the sand. Well, as I mentioned earlier, this tournament is the qualifying tournament for FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup Paraguay 2019. 10 teams already have been found for the tournament. 16-team tournament will take place from the 21st of November to the 1st of December. As we get underway again, it's Talo with an acrobatic clearance. AFC have Oman, UAE and Japan qualified. CAF have Nigeria and Senegal. CONCACAF will be represented by Mexico and USA, while CONMEBOL have host Paraguay, and they will be joined by current champions Brazil and Uruguay, which leaves 5 teams from the very competitive UEFA Confederation, and of course one here from OFC. Saturday's final, the showpiece for the tournament. The winner of that game will be the representative in Paraguay. Nicholas Murray here, player who has represented Solomon Islands a number of times at FIFA Beach Soccer World Cups. He will be desperate to get this one on target. This will be the many fans back in Solomon Islands watching on the OFC Maikuju platform. Live streaming around the world. Here's Muri now. Great strike, but again, Nikane. Perhaps looks like it was off the, I was just obscured, looks like it was off the upright. But Nikane looked like he had it covered. Dayaki now with the speculative diagonal ball, but harmlessly away for Fred Halle. Here's Muri, chests it for Aisa and deflected away of Wuka Namuni for another corner for the Billikiki. Aisa and the header again against the frame. Mafane with a well-directed header, but once again, and finally, Mafane it is. After a defensive mix-up, finally, we have our opening goal of the tournament. Number 3, Roy Mafane with the strike.
Allez, on attend tout de suite le replay avec cette confusion derrière et Roy qui en profite dans le but vide puisque le gardien s'est pas bien entendu avec son défenseur. Avec
Mafane picking up the ball and angling it home.
Et ça donne 1-0.
Well, it wasn't spectacular, but it is well deserved for Solomon Islands following some pressure on the New Caledonia goal. Question is whether the less experienced Lekagu can find an answer. A vital go-ahead goal for Solomon Islands with just over 3 minutes left in the second period. Some good work here from New Cali. Throw in for New Cali, easily away by Talo. Picks up Aisa. Talo went down in the challenge and wins another free kick, which will just give Gideon Omakurio's side a chance to just drop the tempo, grab a breather following the opening goal of the match. Talo just clearing an easy passage for the ball, as well as a clear run-up for himself. It's a long run-up from the big number 8. And gets it on target, but easy enough for Nick Kane. Nick Kane looking like he'll go for the flick and pass, but just overhits it. New Caledonia featuring 6 players from Yengen Sports, so they've had to make a rapid transition from grass to sand. They really needed a bit more time when we spoke to Felix Tagawa, but really they have to be happy with their opening 20 minutes or so at this tournament to get to the final third. Still in with a chance of picking up the win. Will give some satisfaction to Tagawa as we head towards the break. Wetawea with the free kick.
Réduire le score pour l'équipe de Caledonie. Alors il est très excentré, à une vingtaine de mètres des buts, face à James Salé, pardon. C'est envolé.
Halley goes long. Kevin Koipala in for the first time for Solomon Islands, the number 9 from Kauai Island. Plays for Mud Skipper FC. Goes very long, too long, and Nick Kane with the save. Counter attack now for Solomon. Naka back in for Solomon. This is James Naka. Another bicycle from the veteran, but can't get it on target. Here's Tala now. Solomon see if they can grab one more before the break. Long into Naka, and some good work from the goal scorer, Mafane. Well, he's been very effective for his coach, Gideon Omakurio, this afternoon, as he launches a counter-attack for Solomon Islands. It's not over yet, and finally it's put away. Max Ferrari has his first goal in international beach soccer after some good work from Mafane. Mafane just did enough to set it up for the young number 7, and his good skills on the sand. Took him past 2 defenders, and he angled a good strike in at the back post where James Naka was waiting. A bit of an insurance policy there for Solomons, but good positioning from Naka as well. But Solomons now just starting to assert their dominance. And we go to the end of the second period. It's goals from Farobo and Fa'arai that give Solomon Islands a 2-0 lead against New Caledonia. So a bit of work for Felix Tagawa now. It's been a pretty solid performance from New Caledonia, but just that little bit of class in front of goal starting to tell now for Solomon Islands. Two very good finishes in the final third. As we have a look at some of the highlights from the second period. Lovely strike there. Magnificent, really, from Waka Namune. Textbook control and scissors kick, and well, let's give credit to Fred Haller. The beach bounce there. We'll see a lot of that this week. Another good save from Haller, but well, Huune will be a little bit disappointed with his inability to finish there. It was a fairly tame effort. Another good strike there from New Caledonia. So they've certainly had their chances. That was Murray's direct free kick late in the half, and then we had the first goal, really a bit of combination there, 2-on-1, and Farobo it was who angled the strike past the resolute Nikane for the opening goal of the game. As we toss for the final period. Two skippers, Diaki and Naka, both contributing well to their side's cause this afternoon. Great to have beach soccer back on the calendar, the OFC calendar, after 6 years away. The anticipation around Papeete over the last few days has been very evident. Beach soccer mad country, and of course the new park, Aorai Tini Hau, looking magnificent. Beautifully placed by the beach, just a little bit out of the city, but set in a beautiful setting with many other facilities for the kids to play, families to have picnics, and we really hope over the coming week that the crowds flock in here to the park to enjoy one of the real highlights of the 2019 OFC football calendar, as New Caledonia get ready to get the final period of this opening match underway with a characteristic flick and volley. Here's Nikane now going long, but cleared away by Talo. And more than 4 seconds there from Nikane. Just a little bit of inexperience there from Lekagu Gloveman. He's only got 4 seconds to clear the ball away, and he's incurred a fault. It's a free kick for Solomon Islands, which James Naka will relish. So Naka versus Nikane. Good strike from Naka on target into the sand, so there's always the possibility of the beach bounce, but Nikane, as we've seen so many times this afternoon, adapting so well to the sand, and good effort there from New Cali. This time it was Bami, the dual international. Bami also a Yengen player. Clock appears to have stopped. Hopefully the referees can sort this out quickly. Here's Naka now, chesting it down, and just wide there from Fa'arai. It was beautifully set up, really, by Naka, but the youngster squandered his opportunity to net a second goal. Here he is trying to work Naka into space. So the clock appears to be back working again. As I mentioned earlier, the clock stops for free kicks, penalty kicks and goals, and of course injuries, but just a little period there earlier where the clock appeared to have stopped during open play. But we're good again now. Here's Aissa with a good chance, works it around Naikeen. Farobo now with the throw. Picks out Aissa and completely misses his shot. Well, the direct approach has won New Caledonia a corner. Bami will take it.
Allez, corner pour la Calédonie. Bami. Centre, il en position de frappe peut-être.
Here's Talo now with the break. Good composure from Anthony Talo, and a good strike, got it on target, but well, McKean again with the save, but Anthony Talo really showing some of his excellent skills, and well, opportunity gone begging there for New Caledonia. Just didn't quite break for Wakanamuni, and incredibly frustrating for Lakagu. A mix-up, and really it looked like New Cali should claw one back there. Hala now into Aissa. It's a poor first touch, and so Talo has to clean up, but again, so strong on the break, and double save from the heroic New Caledonia keeper. Farobo working it back to Hala. Aissa now can't quite work himself into a position for the scissors kick, and two attempts at it, but he still might be able to work an opening. Tokaningo it is with the clearance. Atali now waiting for some support. Tokaningo flips one up into the air, but Hala was always going to win that one. Here's another break now. It's 2-on-1, and again, great save. You'll tire of me talking about Nikane, but there he is again. And again against the post. Fourth or fifth time from Solomon Islands this afternoon. Nikane now with a chance to launch the counter. It's a great turn. And unfortunately for Hoane it was, he can't get the shot away. Tayaki now tussling. Game really starting to open up in this final period. Exciting stuff. There's still time for New Caledonia. If they can just find one goal in the next 3 or 4 minutes, we could really be set up for a great finale to this opening game of the tournament. Thompson Peter checks in. Great turn there, and Muri it was, who wins the corner. Here's Muri now, floats one for Mafane, and a chance now for New Caledonia, and again, just didn't get enough on it. Iowa, it was on the far side, one-on-one with the keeper, and another great save from Nikane. Muri it was with a beautifully executed horizontal scissors kick. And this time it's high and wide. Halfway through the final period, just 6 minutes left on the clock. Solomon Islands on top, 2 goals for Robo and Fa'arai in the second period. Otherwise, New Caledonia have held firm thanks to some outstanding work from Rocky Nikane. Good tussle here from the 2 number 4s. Nikane now cut out. Mafane. Here's Peter. Peter, can he get the shot away? He can, but Nikane with the parried save. Dayaki can't keep it in. And a chance now for number 3, but Iowa comes away with it. Dayaki now for New Cali. It's been a grand effort this afternoon from New Caledonia, up against the heavyweights of Oceania beach soccer, and another good effort there. 2-0 is no disgrace against a team with such a rich history. Break now for Hala. Very patient Abraham Bird. Spends a lot of time on the side, but he's coming in for this final 5 minutes. So a change of gloveman for Solomon Islands. New Caledonia lining up the free kick. Watawia again opting for the pass, and a first slice of action for Abraham Bird. Goes long, and here's Thompson Peter now. Flips it up, but cleared by Watawia. Kachawa looking to link up, and a chance now for the shot, away for the corner. Great work from Mafane, one of the stars this afternoon with his goal, and magnificent defensive effort. Looks as though Mafane and Farobo will form a pretty formidable defensive pairing for Bilikiki. Good ball now. Muri it was in the target position. Muri and Naka up front with Farobo and Mafane. This was the starting quartet for Gideon Omakurio, and they will perhaps see out the final moments of the game. There's the strike from Nikane. Looked a pretty half-hearted effort. There's Nikane again now. Well, it's been a good performance, but it can be a little one-dimensional, the long ball every time. That variety is very much needed. Short pass like this often is sent back to the keeper, and players, as they become more accustomed to the sand, look to work in a little bit more combination play. but definitely a good template to work on for Felix Tagawa. 3:17 left on the clock, so Naka with the throw. Solomon would like to find one more. (2-0) the scoreline with which Solomon Islands beat Netherlands at the last FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup they appeared in. Again looking to launch the sunset ball along the sand. Bird now. Left arm to the left foot of Naka. Naka, look at the composure he has. His ability with back to goal is really the hallmark of a pivot in beach soccer. That ability to shield the ball, to be comfortable, to protect it, and create space for those around you. Space and time, and then also the possibility of the flick and bicycle kick. Time running out now for Tagawa and his men. Bird again long, but easily picked out there. Two players standing back for Solomon. That solid pairing of Farobo and Mafonai. And a chance again. This time it's Wakanamuni. He's had a few shots today, the number 2. Kachawa losing out there to Talo. Here's Naka, and Talo picks it up. And great determination from Talo, but he couldn't find Naka. And look at him getting back to defend there. Wow, what a tremendous example, really, of a transition, I guess, from a player on attack and then back to defend after being unable to finish. And that is the strength and power of Anthony Talo. And another chance here for New Kelly, but wide from Atali. Here's Naka now. Can he find his opening goal of the tournament? Well, normally you might think he would, but Nick Kane really has been tremendous this afternoon and denies the Solomon Island marksman yet again. And there we have it, the opening game of the OFC Beach Soccer Nations Cup 2019 reaches its conclusion. It was a fascinating match, really. Solomon Islands have come out on top 2-0, but a very interesting match from the point of view of New Caledonia, who are relatively unexperienced in beach soccer. They've turned up here today against a Solomon Island side with a great history in the game, and they've kept them to 2 goals. In fairness, they could have scored one of their own, or perhaps even more, but in the end, Solomon Islands just having a little bit too much class for Le Kagu. 2-0 it was, goals to Farobo and Fa'ara in the second period, but in the first and third periods, Solomon Islands were held scoreless. So plenty to think about there for both coaches. And a proud first appearance at this tournament for Felix Tagawa's team. They can hold their heads high, going down 2-0. Plenty to reflect on for them ahead of their second game.
Congratulations, I'm sure you're happy to get a win in your first match here.
Yes, actually we are very, very happy because we haven't got any friendlies before we come here. And this first game was very difficult for us because we don't know their strength and we don't know our strengths and weaknesses as well. So, but to get the win today, it's good. But we should have done better than this one.
So I'm sure you can see some areas where you can improve going into your next match tomorrow.
Yes, exactly. Especially the finishing touches. We need to improve on that because we've got created a lot of chances, opportunities, but we didn't finish it.
Okay, thanks very much, Gideon.
Thanks.
So a reflective Gideon Omokirio, happy with the 3 points, but as you heard, plenty to work on ahead of tomorrow's game. Their inability to finish, but really Rocky Nikane was a big part of the story this afternoon. Solomon Islands hit the frame of the goal 4 or 5 times, but otherwise Nikane was outstanding and certainly denied them a number of goal-scoring opportunities. Fairly relaxed looking Felix Tagawa. Hopefully we hear from him shortly.
Alors Félix, c'était pas un match gagné, mais c'était un bon match pour commencer.
Oui, c'est un match perdu. Non, mais il fallait. Maintenant, la compétition est lancée. Et puis voilà, on n'a pas joué contre n'importe qui. On a joué contre quand même des joueurs qui ont cette participation à la Coupe du Monde, comme je disais. Et puis voilà, on a vu, on a fait beaucoup d'erreurs techniques. Maintenant, voilà, la compétition est lancée. On va se pencher dessus pour essayer d'être au mieux le prochain match, qui sera mercredi.
Et mardi, c'est pause pour vous, donc un peu de temps pour améliorer ces petites erreurs techniques.
Oui, après, nous, c'est la première fois qu'on touchait un vrai sable, c'est un vrai terrain de beach soccer. On a le même au pays, mais c'est pas tout à fait le même sable. Et puis voilà, on est rentré dans la réalité des choses. Maintenant, on sait que ce n'est pas des joueurs qui jouent dans un bac à sable, mais plutôt des techniciens. Et il y a beaucoup de puissance derrière. Il faut être habile techniquement. Donc maintenant, c'est à nous de réparer et progresser pour la suite.
Merci Félix et à mercredi.
Well, my French isn't as good as it used to be, but I think Felix Tagawa overall will be fairly happy with his side's efforts this afternoon. They weren't able to get the goal that they needed, or the 2 goals that they needed. As we have a look at the highlights, that was the one that broke the deadlock in the second period. Farobo pouncing on the ball and, well, slide rule really into that far corner. And the second one came following the overhead kick. Farobo again, but then it broke for the youngster Fa'arai. And, well, he had his moment. Still had some work to do here. Managed to dink the ball past 2 defenders and then drive the ball past Nikane. Really good technique. As we have a look at a couple of the other opportunities from New Caledonia. This was one of the best of them that fell to Haunai, but he wasn't able to repeat his heroics of the IFC Football Champions League. He was a little bit further out on that occasion. But this was the moment that, well, they'll be ruining this one tonight when they have a look at the video. Talo, really one of the strong performances for the Billikiki this afternoon. And another great example of Nikane at his best, really. Able to parry the strike from Fa'arai onto the upright. Naka on that occasion couldn't get it on target. And Talo again, frustrated by Nikane. But there we have it. The opening game has come to an end. It's been a long wait, but it's been well worth it. Fascinating opening match to this tournament. Solomon Islands coming out on top over New Caledonia by 2-0. As we see the players exit the magnificent Park Aorai Tini Hau. Join us at 4 o'clock local time for the second match on the card today, Vanuatu versus Tahiti.
Ouais, il était